Picture this. The #1 team in college football, Ohio State, is shaking up their playbook before heading out to battle on the West Coast for their Big Ten opener against Washington. It's a bold move that could redefine how they handle long-distance travel, and it's got fans buzzing. But here's where it gets controversial. Are they fixing a problem that didn't really exist? Or is this the secret sauce to dominating away games? Let's dive in and unpack the details, step by step, so even newcomers to college football can follow along. Coming from Columbus, Ohio, the Buckeyes are switching gears for their second cross-country trip in as many seasons. Head coach Ryan Day revealed that the top-ranked squad intends to depart Thursday evening, right after their practice session, to gear up for the clash at Washington. This early start gives them extra time to acclimate before diving into their usual Friday prep routine in the Pacific Northwest. To give you some context, think of it like preparing for a big road trip. You wouldn't want to arrive exhausted and jet-lagged, right? The team believes this adjustment is the optimal approach, and Day collaborated on the plan with strength and conditioning director Mickey Marotti and other staff members. It's all about maximizing readiness in a sport where every edge counts. Now, you might recall last year's nail-biter against Oregon, where the Ducks edged out Ohio State 32-31 because the Buckeyes couldn't halt the clock in time for a potential game-winning kick. That heartbreaker happened during their Friday departure for an October matchup with the then #3 Ducks. But Day insists that wasn't the driving force behind this year's change. "I thought we were ready and playing at a high tempo," he explained about that Oregon game. "From a sports science perspective, I don't see any evidence that leaving the day before impacted our performance." He emphasized that the team was fully engaged and locked in for the Ducks. And this is the part most people miss. Despite that, the Buckeyes are always striving for improvement. They've pored over research, chatting with NFL pros and experts from other sports about navigating multiple time zones. Plus, they drew lessons from their recent 12-team college football playoff run, which included jaunts to California for the Rose Bowl against Oregon, the Dallas area for the Cotton Bowl versus Texas, and Georgia for the national championship against Notre Dame. Those playoff prep weeks felt more like extended regular season builds than typical bowl games, and Day was thrilled with how the team crushed Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame by double-digit margins. It's like learning from a masterclass in long-haul travel, proving that smart planning can turn potential pitfalls into strengths. Speaking of excitement, players who spoke up on Wednesday evening were pumped about the electric vibe at Husky Stadium. "It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun game," cornerback Jermaine Matthews Jr. shared. "I'm hearing a lot about the stadium. Never been. It'll be my first time, so I'm just very excited to just get out there. We're coming off a bye week, so just happy to be back on the field." That enthusiasm is contagious, isn't it? It's a reminder that college football isn't just about strategy. It's about the thrill of the crowd and the challenge of new environments. Let's talk history for a moment to put this in perspective. Ohio State boasts a 15-11-1 record in regular season games across the Western time zone, including a solid 33-14 victory over Washington back in 2007. Back then, just like now, they had a rookie starting quarterback making his debut on the road. Senior Todd Boakman faced some early hiccups, but rallied, completing 15 of 26 passes for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. One a dazzling 68-yarder to Brian Robisky, and another a 36-yarder to Brian Hartline, who's now Ohio State's offensive coordinator. It's a fascinating parallel, showing how experience and composure can turn the tide in high-stakes situations. Fast forward to today, and that same coordinator is mentoring redshirt freshman Julian Sayin, who dazzled with 347 passing yards and 3 touchdowns against Ohio University just 2 weeks ago. Sayin wasn't available for interviews this week, but his center, Carson Hinsman, offered insight into how the team is prepping for one of college football's loudest arenas. Obviously, They're 22-0 at home, so it's going to be a really big challenge. But then again, we've had a lot of experience playing in high-pressure situations and high-noise situations, Hinsman noted. With 4 returning starters on the offensive line and nearly 2 weeks to fine-tune their communication, think silent signals and staying in sync amid the roar, they're building confidence. Experiences in noisy spots like Penn State's Beaver Stadium and Michigan's The Big House have been great practice runs. Day isn't taking any chances, though. He stresses going back to fundamentals for road games, where everything from communication to execution gets tougher. It's almost like going back to the beginning, going back to basics, because any time you go on the road, just everything is a little bit more difficult, he said. Communication is more difficult, all of those things, so it's not anything new. But at the same time, we have to, amidst the environment and the noise and the chaos, have poise and composure, and we can't let the environment dictate how we play. It's a subtle nod to the idea that mental toughness might be the real X factor here. Controversial, perhaps, because some might argue Ohio State is over-engineering a simple travel tweak. Is this level of preparation genius, or are they borrowing trouble from a past loss that wasn't even travel-related? In the end, this story highlights the evolving strategies in college football, where teams like Ohio State are blending science, history, and player feedback to stay ahead. But it raises big questions. Do you think this early departure is a smart evolution, or is it an unnecessary reaction to a fluke loss? Could other programs benefit from similar adjustments? Or is Ohio State just setting a new standard that might pressure rivals? And what about the counterpoint? Maybe the real key is player mentality, not travel logistics. We'd love to hear your take. Agree with the Buckeyes approach, or do you see it differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss.